Alice Lefebvre pour l'AFP. Vous retenez quoi du match de Donnarumma, plus sa première période où il a son rôle?
What's your comments on Donnarumma?
Sa seconde période.
In the first half, he obviously struggled letting that goal.
Sinceramente creo que en ningún caso voy a individualizar cuando hay una derrota. Si hay que individualizar, la derrota es para mí y soy el máximo responsable. Los jugadores, Gillo ha estado para mí al mismo nivel que todos sus compañeros. Es decir, lejos de los estándares mínimos que necesitaba este partido. El rival ha sido mejor en cuanto a intensidad, no hemos podido superar su presión, han ganado cada duelo y cuando han hecho el segundo gol se han decidido a defender un poco más atrás, a correr menos riesgos y derrota totalmente merecida y victoria del Arsenal sin ninguna duda.
Bon, sincèrement, je ne viens pas ici pour individualiser une défaite.
In all honesty, I'm not here to put the blame on anyone after a defeat.
La défaite me revient à moi.
If anyone is to blame, it's me. I take the blame, I'm responsible for this. Donnarumma was, alongside the rest of his colleagues, far from the standards required for this sort of game. Our rivals tonight were much better in terms of intensity, in terms of pressure. They won every duel. Effectively, after the second goal that Arsenal scored, they decided to defend a bit more deeply, take a few less risks, and Arsenal deserved their victory.
Giovanni Castelli lâche l'équipe. C'est votre première défaite de la saison.
It's your first defeat of the season. It's the first time you've come up against a rival of this level. What's your comments on your team this evening?
Real lo vamos a tener que valorar cuando acabe la temporada. Es evidente que hoy es el primer partido de alto nivel y quedan varios de estos en nuestro grupo. Y para poder valorar realmente hay que esperar a que vayan pasando los partidos y que veamos cómo va la temporada.
Bon, pour savoir vraiment le niveau réel de notre équipe,
to properly evaluate the level of our team, we'll have to wait till the end of the season.
En effet, c'était le premier match que nous avons eu à haut niveau.
This was our first big rival of a higher level. We've got many more to play. In order to properly judge the value of our team, we'll have to wait for the results of these big matches and see how the end of the season goes.
Est-ce que dans le jeu, votre équipe a joué comme vous vouliez qu'elle joue ce soir?
Did your team play how you wanted them to play tonight?
Es imposible poder competir si no ganas un duelo. No hemos ganado un duelo. Sus defensores se anticipaban a nuestros delanteros y nosotros no nos hemos anticipado a sus delanteros. Con lo cual, lejos de poder estar dentro del partido desde el minuto 1.
Bon, il est impossible vraiment pouvoir avoir un résultat.
Really, it's impossible to come out of a game with a positive result if you don't manage to win any duel on the pitch. We won none of our duels. Their defenders completely anticipated our attackers, and our defenders failed to anticipate their attackers. From the first minute, Arsenal were superior to us in the game.
Buenas noches, preguntarle que durante una buena parte del primer tiempo.
En français ou en anglais, si vous voulez. French or English?
In English, okay, fine. Sorry for that. I would like to ask you that during the first half, when the Arsenal press was very high, and your team had to play the long balls, many times at least you could see from the stand that Joao was able to bring Saliba even to the side, but once the ball was pushed forward, your team couldn't manage to hold the ball for the teams to arrive from the back. I would like to ask you, which match did you imagine, or which when you were thinking about how Arsenal was going to praise your team, and if you think now with the game finished, if Colomani would have been a better option to hold the ball up front? Thank you.
Yes, we knew from the first minute they were going to press us high, of course, aggressive, and they did it great. We couldn't overcome that kind of pressure. And you can, after the match, it's easy to say that player has to play, the other player has not to play. Okay, I accept that like part of the game, but if you try to overcome that pressure, but you lose every single duel, you are going to be far away to win that match.
Hi Luis, Peter Russell from The Athletic. Mikel Arteta has spoken about his Arsenal team going through phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Where do you think, after seeing your team tonight, do you feel your team's progress is on that sort of scale?
I cannot evaluate that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Mikel Arteta has been managing Arsenal, I think that's the 5th or 6th year. 5th, okay. I've been managing that team 1 year and 2 months. I don't know where we are. I have a clear idea where I want to be, but I don't know how many time I'm going to need.
Coach, je reprends pour Radio France. Les deux buts encaissés sont venus d'un centre et d'un pied arrêté. On sait que c'est un peu une des...
Both goals conceded were from sort of set pieces. That's a weakness of PSG this season. Is this something you guys are going to work on?
El gol no es de coup de pied arrêté. Ah. Sí. No, lo he entendido. Estoy pensando. Es evidente que hablamos de uno de los equipos más poderosos en juego aéreo de Europa, del mundo, y sabemos de su potencial en esa fase del juego. Han tenido mucha suerte en el segundo gol, porque es un centro relativamente sencillo, pero han encontrado el gol. Es evidente, todos los equipos tienen que mejorar en todas las fases del juego y nosotros no somos una excepción.
Bon, nous avions comme adversaire.
First of all, the first goal wasn't from a set piece, it was from a cross. Ahead of us today, in front of us today, were one of the best aerial teams in the whole of Europe, which is Arsenal. They had a bit of luck in the second goal. It was a fairly simple cross to deal with, but wasn't dealt with, and the goal went in. In general, every team can improve in certain aspects, and we're not an exception to that.
Dernière question.
Coach, vous avez insisté plusieurs fois sur le fait que c'était impossible de gagner ce type de match si vous ne gagnez pas les duels.
You've said a couple of times it's impossible to win this sort of game if you don't win your individual duels. Is this a problem of attitude? Is this a problem of intensity? How do you explain that your players lacked aggression on the pitch?
Los duelos, ¿considera usted que es muy importante? Y cuando se pierde un duelo como esto ha sido una falla de qué, de actitud, de intensidad.
Esto es el fútbol de alto nivel. Juegas fuera de casa contra un rival de un nivel incontestable los últimos 3 años. Esto es así. Explicar lo que pasa en el fútbol cuando un rival es mejor que el otro no significa que vaya a ser mejor todos los días del año, no significa que vaya a ser mejor que tú todos los partidos. No sé si vamos a jugar contra el Arsenal alguna vez más a lo largo de esta temporada, pero el análisis de hoy es este. El de mañana puede ser otro totalmente diferente. No es que se repitan las cosas.
Bon, il s'agit du foot de haut niveau.
Well, that's top-level football for you.
De plus, nous avons joué à l'extérieur.
We're playing away from home.
Nous avons fait ces 3 derniers.
We played against a team that, over the last 3 seasons, have been one of the top teams on the planet. They were better than us on that on the evening.
c'est difficile à analyser la situation.
Just saying that the other team was better at us. It's not an analysis. We don't know if we're going to play Arsenal again this season. But the analysis I have today is that it's not going to be the same if we play each other again throughout the season.
Merci. Gracias.
A ti.